I never believed I'd be the kind of man who discovered the truth in public. Affairs, betrayals, confessions, they always felt like private disasters, things that happened behind closed doors. Not at a corner cafe on a bright Saturday morning, with sunlight spilling over ceramic cups and strangers laughing at nearby tables. But there I was, standing across the street, coffee cooling in my hand, watching my wife lean forward and kiss another man like it was the most natural thing in the world. My name is Everett. I'm 43. I've been married to Lillian for 11 years. Or maybe I should say I had been, because even then, watching her lips linger on someone else's, I knew the marriage had already ended. I just hadn't caught up to that reality yet. That morning had started normally. Too normally. Lillian said she was meeting a friend from work to discuss a project. She wore the blue dress I liked, the one she claimed was too tight to be comfortable. I noticed the care she took with her hair, the extra spray of perfume. I noticed everything, but I said nothing. I told myself I was being paranoid. I kissed her cheek, wished her a good meeting, and drove toward the hardware store. I never made it there. A quiet nudge of instinct pulled me toward the cafe on Alder Street. I told myself I just wanted a coffee. I told myself it meant nothing. Then I saw her through the window, sitting at a small round table, hands wrapped around a mug she wasn't drinking from. Across from her sat a man I didn't recognize. He looked comfortable. Too comfortable. I stood frozen, watching the rhythm between them. The way she smiled before he finished his sentences. The way he leaned in, confident, familiar. This wasn't a first meeting. This wasn't work. And then it happened. He reached across the table, brushed his thumb along her knuckles, and she didn't pull away. She leaned forward instead. The kiss was unhurried, practiced, intimate. No panic, no guilt, just ease. Something in me went quiet. Not anger, not sadness. Clarity. The kind that drains the noise from your head and leaves only facts. I didn't storm inside. I didn't pull out my phone. I didn't shout her name. I simply crossed the street, pushed open the cafe door, and joined the line as if I belonged there. While I waited, I thought about our life. The mortgage I paid every month without fail. The weekends I gave up to fix things around the house. The dinners I cooked when she said she was tired. The conversations where I listened and adjusted and tried. I thought about the nights she said she wasn't in the mood, the way affection had slowly turned into obligation. I realized I wasn't surprised. I was just finally informed. When it was my turn, I ordered a black coffee and a croissant I didn't plan to eat. I carried the tray toward their table. My hands were steady. My breathing was even. They didn't see me until I was right beside them. Lillian looked up first. Her eyes widened, then flickered with something like calculation. The man turned next, confusion creasing his forehead. I set the coffee down on the empty edge of the table. "Excuse me," I said calmly. "I think this belongs here." My voice sounded distant, like it came from someone else. Lillian opened her mouth, but no words came out. From my pocket, I took a small folded note I had written while waiting in line. I slid it gently between them, right beside their intertwined hands. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult anyone. I didn't ask questions I no longer needed answered. I just said, "You don't need to hide anymore," and stepped back. The note was simple. It read, "I saw everything. You can have what's already gone. I wish you both honesty, because I won't be part of this lie anymore." That was it. No threats, no promises, just a line drawn with quiet certainty. I didn't wait for a reaction. I turned and walked out of the cafe. The bell above the door chimed softly behind me, absurdly cheerful. Outside, the air felt sharper, cleaner. My phone buzzed almost immediately. I didn't check it. I already knew what it would be. I sat in my truck for a moment, hands resting on the steering wheel, heart steady. I felt a strange relief, like setting down a weight I hadn't realized I was carrying. I drove home, packed a bag with only what I needed, and left a copy of the house keys on the counter. No note this time. The first one had said enough. By evening, the messages came in waves. Apologies, explanations, anger, accusations. I read none of them. I forwarded everything to my attorney the next morning and blocked the rest. I wasn't interested in a performance. I had already seen the truth without filters. People imagine moments like this are explosive. They think betrayal demands drama. But sometimes the strongest response is restraint. Sometimes walking away with your dignity intact is the loudest statement you can make. I didn't lose my marriage that day at the cafe. I lost the illusion that it was still mine. Weeks later, I heard through mutual friends that she was shocked I hadn't fought, that she expected rage, tears, negotiations. She mistook my silence for weakness. In reality, it was acceptance. I had finally chosen myself over a role I was no longer invited to play. I still pass that cafe sometimes. The tables change. The faces change. The coffee is still mediocre. What changed was me. I no longer look for answers in public places or private lies. I already found the truth, sipped it black, left a note, and walked away without looking back. Peace came later, quietly, and it stayed because I finally respected myself.